Breaking news. The key rail bridge that connects occupied Mariupol to Russia is destroyed by Ukraine, according to a Ukrainian official. Ukrainian forces have severed a vital Russian logistics link located deep within Moscow-held territory. This development might potentially hinder Russia's future resource transportation capabilities in southern Ukraine, according to a post made by Petro Andriushenko, an advisor to the exiled mayor of Mariupol. On Sunday, the building of a railway bridge in southern Donetsk was attacked by Ukrainian fighters on Saturday, in addition to the gasoline tanks and the half-built railway bridge. Russia also lost the settlement of Hranit to the northeast of Mariupol, according to Andriushenko. Building a direct railway from Russia, he added, was the original plan for the bridge. Neither Saturday nor Sunday was any indication of a hit on Russian logistics in the Russian Defense Ministry's statements. Moscow said over the weekend that its forces had targeted Ukrainian soldiers northwest of Hranit, near the demolished town of Volodar, Novomykhailivka, and Staromaersk. On Sunday, the Ukrainian military announced that Russia had targeted over 10 settlements the day before, among them Volodar and Staromaersk. In late September, Andriushenko shared details on the bridge, stating that it will connect the southern port city of Mariupol to the northern Donetsk city of Volnovakha and the northeastern regional headquarters of Donetsk city via a railway network. He announced at the time that Taganrog and Rostov-on-Don, two cities in southwestern Russia, would be connected to the new route. Ukraine has often attacked Russian railways because Russia uses them to move troops and supplies across Ukrainian territory that it controls. Rail logistics continues to be a vital component in sustaining Russia's invasion, stated the British Defense Ministry in October 2023. The rail network in occupied Ukraine remains largely viable but vulnerable to sporadic interdiction by Ukrainian artillery, air-launched missiles and sabotage, the UK government wrote in an evaluation from last October. The British Defense Ministry also noted that Russia is building a new railway line to Mariupol, which will shorten the time it takes for supplies to reach the Zaporizhzhia front, and that Russia is likely still improving and maintaining its rail lines of communication in Ukraine. Andriushenko further by saying that the bridge would lessen Russia's reliance on train ties via the Crimean Bridge. In its summer counteroffensive, Kiev aimed to push down the land bridge from the present front lines in Donetsk to the Russian-controlled city of Mariupol, which is situated on the Sea of Azov. Although there were some minor victories, in the end, Ukraine was unable to achieve its lofty objective, which also involved regaining control of Melitopol and Berdyansk from Russia, covering an extensive area in southeastern Ukraine. The Russian land bridge stretches from the eastern Donbass all the way to the Crimean Peninsula, which Russia has annexed. Russia constructed the Crimean Bridge, sometimes called the Kerch Bridge, soon after annexing Crimea in 2014. For the Kremlin's war campaign in southern Ukraine, it is an essential conduit for military supplies traveling via the peninsula. Following what authorities are calling a poisoned incident, 48-year-old Zoya Konovalova was discovered dead next to her ex-husband. Both she and her ex-husband were discovered dead from what authorities believe to be poisoning by the state-run propaganda TV empire headed by Vladimir Putin. The body of Zoya Konovalova, 48, was found in her bedroom. She was the chief editor of the Russian state TV company Kuban, which operates in the Krasnodar region near the battle zone. Nearby, the body of her 52-year-old ex-husband Andrei Gobatika was discovered. No visible injuries were found during the examination of the bodies, stated a representative of the Russian Investigative Committee, which is responsible for investigating the tragedy. An unidentified toxin is being considered as the primary cause of death, according to her channel's report. In the private residence of the TV chief in Krasnodar city, a polymer bag containing a powdery substance was discovered. Friends and co-workers of hers maintained today that she would never have knowingly used narcotics. Important to Putin's propaganda empire is the Kuban media outlet, which is a branch of the state-run All Russia State Television and Radio Broadcasting Company, VGTRK. Authorities think the couple had been killed for at least a day prior to their bodies being found. Law enforcement agencies discovered their corpses. No visible injuries were found when examining the bodies, the committee stated. The incident's facts and causes are being determined by the investigators as they conduct a series of verification procedures. Appointments have been made for forensic medical exams. Since Putin's war with Ukraine began, dozens of high-profile Russian deaths have been reported, all without explanation. Assassinations of cheerleaders for Russia's invasion of Ukraine were allegedly also carried out by Ukraine. Russia has long maintained that Vladimir Solovyov, a prominent VGTRK host and fervent propagandist, was the victim of an assassination attempt by the Ukrainian government. Britain is so small that one Sarmat missile is enough to drown it once and for all, according to Dmitry Kiselyov, a prominent propagandist and deputy head of VGTRK. An area the size of Texas or England could be destroyed by the world's most powerful missile, the Russian Sarmat, Satan II. The Krasnodar region, which includes the annexation of Crimea, is located across the Kerch Strait, and Konovalova had a significant impact as an editor there. Gelendzhik, Putin's clifftop palace worth £3 billion, and his official Black Sea house are both located in this region. Ukraine has attacked the Krasnodar region during the conflict. Ukrainian secret services discovered Ilya Kyva, 46, covered in blood outside Moscow last month in a suspected assassination case. Kyva was a former party leader in the Kiev parliament. He now appeared on submissive state TV shows as a puppet for Putin. A 35-year-old Moscow man was discovered dead last month. He was the deputy editor-in-chief of Putin's favorite newspaper. The AN inquiry is currently ongoing following the discovery of Anna Tsareva's body at her residence in the Russian capital. A high-ranking Russian journalist, the deputy editor of the pro-Putin Komsomolskaya Pravda, KP, was killed, and the police have begun an inquiry. Her boss, the 68-year-old Vladimir Sungorkin, who was director general and editor-in-chief of Komsomolskaya Pravda, passed away in September 2022 after exhibiting symptoms of suffocation, reportedly due to a heart attack. There is suspicion surrounding his death. Many people include him in a list of hundreds of deaths that have occurred either too soon or for reasons that remain unclear since Putin's war began. On a trip of the Russian Far East, Sungorkin passed out just minutes after recommending that his group find a beautiful place somewhere for lunch.